Hello again, Cons here. There is a lot of background noise in my apartment right now, so I'm like lowering the gain and standing quite close to the mic, so I'm sorry if the audio is a little bit annoying. But I have a really cool quest for you today. It is the Whetfish Your Appetite quest, the new one for the tuna dual blades. However, the nice thing about it is that it's a really easy way to farm these bad boys. Whetfish fin pluses. If you aren't aware, there are two types of these fins. There are the Whetfish fins. They give you 2 strokes per sharpen, so you can see it's quicker than just using a regular whetstone. And there are the Whetfish fin pluses, which is essentially the equivalent of having speed sharpen 3 without actually needing to run the skills. They are really powerful items, and they allow you to sort of shift away from Master's Touch into running a protective polish meta, because that one stroke, especially because it doesn't cost any skill points, means that you can really fit in a sharpen anywhere, and it opens up so many sort of DPS skill options. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be showing you how to farm today. Just to quickly mention, I showed it with the Assassin's Creed mantle to indicate that it does work, and the Assassin's Creed mantle doesn't seem to increase the range at which fishes run away from you. However, ghillie mantle in general is my preferred, because it means you can get as close to the fishes as you like, and you won't aggro Banbaro at all. So yeah, I'm going to be using ghillie mantle for the rest of this run. This is the greatsword I'm using. It's the venom splitter that I had for my flora frostbite runs. By having Kirin Divinity awaken on the weapon, it means I can run 2-piece Kirin, 3-piece Rose for the VIP tickets, and overall activate both set bonuses, Great Luck and Full Bloom's Gift. As far as skills themselves are concerned, this is what I have on the set, but none of these are useful, aside from Master Fisher as a backup, but I never use that, and you'll see why when I actually show you the run. You see my decorations, I have Appointed Marathon Runner because, I don't know, it's nice to get to 3, but it makes no difference. And Polar Mobility is probably the only one that really makes any difference, because you walk around in the water a tiny bit for the run, but even that's not essential. I'm running the ghillie mantle, as you can see, again because it means I don't draw aggro to Banbaro, and I also don't scare the fishes away if I walk next to them, and again you'll see that in the run in a second. But obviously the sort of key thing is getting the Kirin Divinity weapon if you're willing to, and running the 2 set bonuses, or at the very least the Kirin set bonus. So without much further ado, let us try the quest. I'll show you the route that I've been using. Fish away your appetite. I start at camp 1. You can start at camp 6, especially if you like the fishing minigame and you want to use that instead. You start at camp 6 and there's a chance you get 2 fish. However, I don't use that because I use the capture net. Speaking of, I use the capture net to capture these fish because I really don't like the fishing minigame. I'm not very good at it. I find other fish get locked onto it, and I don't know, I always mess it up. I don't like the fishing minigame. And the other thing about it is that you have to deal with that animation at the end where you sort of pick up the fish into your arms, and it takes a long time. However, as you'll see with the ghillie mantle, I can get as close to any fish that I like. You see, they don't really get disturbed at all. And so I can get as close as I like, fire off my capture net, and you can actually do it from further to be faster. But yeah, fire off the capture net. You can see I got my fish and I got my Whetfish plus, my Whetfin plus, sorry. Then I fly over to camp 6, repeat the process. Again, if you're not that great at the quest or the fishing, it's nice to use ghillie mantle because it means you can get as close as you can to get a good vantage point. And this will give me an opportunity to show you the fish. Maybe I'll go into view mode. Now look, you can see all of these fish look basically the same, except that they're all small, whereas this one over here is sort of a larger version of the other fish, and there's the gastronome tuna at the back, but don't worry about that. So yeah, just catch the larger one in the capture net and you'll be sorted. Now you'll see all the other fish run away when I use the capture net, and that happens whether or not you catch the thing that you're looking for. So this method is slightly riskier. You might have to abandon a quest if you mess it up. But honestly, I've done it many times and I haven't really messed it up at all, except for like one when I was practicing. And so using that capture net means that I would never really be able to take advantage of the double spawn anywhere unless I got really lucky. However, that doesn't really happen. So generally, I stick to starting at camp 1. Now, it took me a lot longer than normal, 54 seconds, because I was explaining stuff. But yeah, as you can see, look at that. 3 Whetfish pluses in the rewards, a bunch of normal Whetfish. Yeah, look, it's really good. We even got a decoration. It's similar to Flora Frostbite. You don't get as many decorations. You get VIP tickets at seemingly the same rate, but you get obviously these wet fins. But yeah, I'll probably just leave you off with the run a few times in a row. The Assassin's Creed mantle doesn't save much time, maybe a second or 2, but the extra resets you'll get because of Banbaro and accidentally messing with the fish, they're not worth it in my opinion. I couldn't see the fish there for a second, my bad. But yeah, you basically see all this video has to offer. The fins are really good. They're going to shift the meta a little bit by running, allowing you to run protective polish. I think I talked about that at the beginning. I'm not sure. But yeah, you can catch those fish from far away, by the way. The capture net, okay, it might take you a little bit of time to get used to it, but you can angle it and you can get to fish really far away. I've never had a case of the fish spawning outside of my reach, but obviously, worst comes to worst, just use your fishing rod and you've got your bait bug ready to go, and do the fishing game as you normally would. That's the sort of backup for me if the fish spawns in a bad place, but the capture net has not failed me so far. This quest as much as you can. Forget Flora Frostbite, especially for the VIP tickets. It might be slightly longer, but you should really forget Flora Frostbite. Build up a backlog of these items, because they're gonna make sort of your, even if you are running Master's Touch, and you're not bothered with, you know, using protective polish instead, it's still nice to just replace your wet stones with these, because it's just a quicker sharpen. You know, it's just objectively a nice thing to have. If your sharpness accidentally dips below, then even in the middle of a hunt, you can top up. Yeah, they're just a really great item to have. They last a long time as well. They don't get used up, and you can see Banbaro spawned with us. They don't get used up straight away. Like, if you use them, then they'll stick around. In fact, I guess I can show that off in this quest. I'll use it a few times. Now, actually, I should mention, you can see it's lasting. I don't know what the exact drop rates are. I plan on testing those in a video coming up and seeing if it stacks with, like, free meal and stuff like that. But we'll get to that soon. So yeah, they're hard to get used up. However, this does raise an interesting point, which is, you can see I'm at 5 maximum. Now, if I catch the large tuna, you can see it says, yeah, I'm at max. So I didn't actually gain anything here. And the thing is, what you're going to have to do is, after every 5 or 2 or 3 quests, you're going to have to remember to go back into your camp and swap out your items. You get 2 by doing the fish. Now, even though we got 4 bunch during the footage, I found that on average I was getting like maybe 2.5 fins per quest. So let's say you get 4.5 on average, 35 seconds for the quest, 25 seconds for the load time takes you to a minute. And so in total, including load times, you're getting something like 270 of these in an hour. If you run this quest for an hour, you've probably gotten all the VIP tickets and all of the wet fins you'll need for the foreseeable future. So I would definitely say give it a shot. Probably one of the coolest gathering quests I've seen so far. Takes advantage of fishing. You can use the capture net, ghillie mantle for other mechanics. It's quite an interesting thing. So yeah, give it a shot. I hope you have a good time if you do, and I hope this video helped. Have a lovely day. Bye-bye.